Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make your own handmade volcano, and I'll be giving you the supplies. So as you can see, this is just the simple volcano bottom. So what you're going to be needing, as you can see, is a cardboard base. You're going to need a water bottle, and you're going to want to cut off the top already. As you can see, I already did this a step ahead. And then you're just going to want to put it onto the bottom of this board with a hot glue gun. So this is also a supply, and you're going to also want to get the glue for the glue gun. Next, what you're going to be needing is scissors. You're also going to need some newspaper here. You're going to need quite a bit of newspaper, and then you're going to need the rest of your cardboard from the cardboard box that's used for the base. For the first step, you're going to want to warm up your hot glue gun, as you can see. And what you're simply going to want to do, as you do to any glue gun, is you're going to lift this up and you're going to put glue on your cardboard and underneath the bottle, and then you just put it all around the sides. It's going to take about 5 minutes to dry, and that's going to make you do progress better. Alright, for this step now, what you're going to need is you're going to need a ruler. You're going to need a marker, any color, any type. And you're going to need your scissors. And you're just going to need a piece of your cardboard. Now what you're going to want to do is take your ruler and put it down this way. And every 2 centimeters, you're going to want to take your marker and just draw a little tiny line. As you can see here, every 2 centimeters I drew one. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your ruler and you're going to put it, and you're going to take out your marker, and you're just going to draw down the line straight. And I'd say drawing it all the way to the top, because that helped. And you're just going to want to do that for the rest, alright? Alright, now you're going to need your scissors, and after that you're done making all these straight lines, you're just going to want to come down here and start cutting upwards, and you're going to want to cut every single one. So you're just going to want to bring it all the way up. And obviously we're not going to be using this full thing, so halfway through you're just going to want to cut it. You're not going to want to do it yet until that you follow all the simple steps, and then you're gonna cut it in the middle at the perfect measurement, or else your volcano is gonna be shaped weird. Alright, so now once you're done cutting all these big strips, you're gonna wanna push them aside, and you're gonna wanna get your volcano. And so what you're gonna wanna do with these is you're gonna wanna put it up in here onto the bottle, and then fold it down, right into the bottle. Then you're gonna bring it down, and as you can see, this one is perfect. So this is how you're gonna want to do it, and you're gonna want to do it all around like this, simply by folding it into the bottle. And then you're gonna take your hot glue gun, and you're gonna put glue on the inside here, and you're gonna stick it. Then you're gonna want to staple, and I'll be showing you that. So basically this is a perfect one. So I say that you start off with the corners, and then you pull one simply like this here. But as you can see, it is too big, so you're gonna want to cut at least here. Alright, so I'm gonna show you the finished product. I'm gonna show you finished on this side, and after I'll show you how to be putting them on the other side. Alright guys, this is how you're gonna glue these strips. So you're gonna take your glue gun, make sure it's heating, and once it's hot, you're gonna just wanna put glue onto this part. Alright, so you're gonna put like just about enough, and then just make sure that all the glue comes off, and you're just gonna wanna put one line here, or just a little dot. Okay, and then down here too, you're just gonna want to put a bit. Alright guys, so here was the volcano. It's not done. I left this side so I could show you guys how it's done, and it's very simple. So you're gonna need just your strip, and as I said, you could cut it if you want, but personally I think that it's better to put it in, hold it down push it down, and then you try to find it. You have to bring it down until this can be flat like this onto the ground. So as you can see how much I have in there of this cardboard, you could cut it, or as I said, you could just leave it. And so just let it get the shape like this, and then you're gonna want to take your hot glue gun and just put the glue here all along, and just here too. Okay, also at the bottom here you're gonna want to put some right there. Okay, and then right away also you're gonna need a staple for this part. Just put it down real quick, press it down everywhere real quick. Then at the top you're gonna want to put 2 staples. So you're gonna want to put one, and you're gonna want to put another one. And then here at the bottom you're gonna want to put 3 staples. So you're gonna start by 1, second one, and also a third one. So here you have the volcano, and now all we're gonna need to be doing is stuffing paper in here and then doing our paper mache. Okay, so by now your volcano should be looking like this, something like this. You should start putting in the newspaper, and the way that you're gonna need to do this is you're gonna want to take a sheet. You're gonna want to take one that's like this, and what you're gonna want to do is just crumple it. Once you've crumpled it, you're gonna want to fill in everywhere. Literally, you want to put it everywhere. You're gonna try your best to not miss a spot, because that's probably not going to come out to having a well-shaped volcano. And to know that you're done on one section, this will start to bend over, and as you can see, they're starting to give like a slant. And you probably won't see it on camera, but once you build it, you'll see that it does like an arc, and the piece of cardboard does like an arc. So that's when you know that you have to stop putting on that side and you move on to this side. You're gonna want to fill in here, there, everywhere. It has to be all newspapers until you can't see that water bottle inside of there. Alright, it's done full of paper. I know by now it looks really bad, and it doesn't matter if your paper is sticking out, because when you put paper mache, it's just gonna be nice, flat, and everything. It's not heavy, it's just newspaper. You can't see the water bottle in the middle, and that's you could see it. Actually, no, you can't. You could actually see it there, but I can't put the paper there because or else this is just gonna come flying off. So if you can't put in the top parts doesn't matter. You'll just shove paper mache into there, and basically everything is gonna be fine. When you're gonna be putting paper mache, don't put a lot, just all on one part. Just put it equally around. So if you put one layer around, then you put 2 layers, then you put 3 layers, and so on and so forth. Alright, time to make our paper mache. The first stuff that we will need, are going to be the most important, are some flour. We are going to need salt, sea salt, not sea salt, it doesn't matter. We're going to need a measuring cup with a spoon. And also, we're going to need a garbage bag. I personally use this to put on the table so that I don't ruin it. Or you can use whatever you want. And we're also gonna need a container. Alright, so now you take your flour and you put it into your measuring cup, and you put it only up to 100 meters. And then you take it and you just put it inside the bowl. Make sure that you try your best to get all the flour out. As you can see, there's still some at the bottom. Just take your spoon and scrape it all out. Try your best to get every single thing out, because we're going to need some flour for this. And you can also use the other method of paper mache by just using some multi-purpose glue and water. Personally, I find that this one sticks better more than the glue. And yeah. Alright, so nothing's left. And now you fill up your water to 150 milliliters. Now you're going to pour it on top of your flour. And with your spoon, you're going to just stir it around. Make sure that all the flour gets into the water. If you have a bigger container, probably put more water. And yeah, So then once you get all the flour into the water, you're gonna want to take your salt and put it onto a spoon and just fill the spoon halfway. You're not going to want to put too much salt because you're not going to need much, and what the salt's just going to do is it's just not going to make everything stick together. So if you find that everything's starting to stick together, add some salt inside. You don't need to put much, just a little bit will do fine. And if you just let it stay out for, don't make it stay out for too long, just make it stay out for like about 30 seconds to 1 minute. You'll start seeing it becomes real gooey. This is the perfect time to start putting your paper mache because oh well, soon it is gonna start to get hard and you can't use it. Alright, now it's time to get working. Cut down your, just rip them out of the newspaper into big pieces. You're gonna need them big because the volcano is pretty round. Put your plastic bag or garbage bag already on the floor, already on the table so that you don't ruin the table, and let's get started. Alright, first step, you take your paper and you put it into the paper mache. And in order for paper mache to come out good, you're gonna have to get your hands dirtied. So make sure that you have everything covered on the paper mache, and then just put it around. Now sometimes it might be too big, so you're going to want to cut it. For me, it came out perfect. And right away it might not start sticking onto your volcano as you see here on mine. So what you're just going to want to do is just leave it out, and it's going to start to get a nice hard shape. And that's what we're looking for in a volcano. We're trying to get it to have a nice good shape. And that's what matters the most in having a volcano. You don't have to put it straight. You could just put them wherever for now. But for the first layer, make sure that you have it all around so that you don't see the inside. And I'll show you guys what the finished product of the first layer looks like. Alright, the first layer is on. It's hard. It's probably not the most hardest, as you can see. I could still be pushing it in some spots. Yeah, up here it's actually pretty solid. And now we're going to be doing one of the final layers for your volcano, and the stuff that you will need is just a container, multi-purpose white glue. You will need a paintbrush, and you will be needing also some newspapers. So these are all the stuff that you will be needing, and let's get started on the final layers. Alright, so first you're going to want to take your multi-purpose glue, put it into here, and just dump, not too much, just dump enough for, probably like, I'm not sure, just don't dump half the bottle in, this will be good enough, just like a little bit. And then what you're going to do is with your paintbrush, just start mixing it, get some onto your paintbrush, and then you just start putting some onto your volcano. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna start putting glue, and once you put glue into that spot, you take a piece of newspaper and you just put it on top. Now it's gonna take a long time. I know it's gonna take a while, but it's gonna make your volcano stronger, and you're probably gonna want to make 2 layers of this. And once it's done, you're gonna have a hard shell volcano. At the beginning, I know it doesn't look like it's gonna be it's gonna make it any difference, but by the end, you're gonna see by the, like, when you put 2 layers of these, your volcano is gonna be as hard as a rock. Now for one of the final steps, you're gonna want to use the remaining glue that you have, and I don't know if you could see too well, but the lines of every newspaper, you're gonna want to just put glue. So you're just gonna want to put it there, and you're gonna let it dry, and it's gonna probably take 24 hours to probably 2 days to dry. It won't take that long because glue doesn't take too long to dry. And I only put 1 layer, so if you were wondering, yeah, I only put 1 layer of this newspaper with glue. And yeah, so you just put 1 layer. I find that 1 layer is better because I don't like putting 2 layers because then my volcano looks too buff, and most people like that in a volcano, making it look too buff. But I think that I just like having volcanoes look not weak, but not buff there, but just a bit below buff, because if I put too much then it's gonna look too big and everything, and I just like it keeping it at this normal size. And to know if you put glue everywhere, it's gonna be a shiny color, and that's the way that you're gonna want to leave it to dry out. If it's not shiny, you're gonna keep putting glue over it. And the glue that I'm using is multi-purpose glue. I probably already said this. You're gonna want to cover everywhere, literally everywhere, with glue, so you're gonna be making it stronger and everything. Once that you've done everything, you're gonna leave it out to dry. Alright everyone, we're almost at the final steps of this volcano. What you'll be needing is black paint, a paintbrush. I prefer using spray paint. Unfortunately, I don't have it at the moment, so we are gonna be using this. The color that you're gonna want to use is black, and it's gonna give a really nice touch to your volcano. After this, you're gonna want to put probably a second layer of black paint after the first one dries. Obviously, this is gonna take a long time, so I'm not gonna do it on camera, putting all the paint. So I'm gonna be doing the rest of it off camera. And basically, as you know, painting, all you have to do is just make sure that you try your best to cover it all. It doesn't matter if you don't cover it all on the first layer, if you could still see the newspaper. As long as here you can see like that, at least, that's good enough for now. But when you put the next layer after this one dries, you're gonna want to cover at least everything that you could possibly see. Alright, so we got most of the volcano covered with black paint. As you can see, in some spots it's not covered yet. For the first layer, it doesn't have to be fully covered. The second layer, you're gonna have to cover every single little hole, not hole, but every single little spot that you could see in newspaper. First, before putting the second layer, you're gonna want to make sure the first layer is dry. As you can see, it is dry. Right there, there is nothing that comes out. It is perfectly dry. So then you're just gonna want to take a paintbrush and just fill in the little tiny places that you could still see the newspaper under that. And once you're done, you're gonna have a nice black volcano, and then we're gonna still add some features to make it look even better.